Rockingham here in the ARCA Series, one of my all-time favorite combos, but anytime you can come to Rockingham, it's usually a fun time. We're going to go out here and try and qualify in the top half of the field, but we'll see if we can do that or not. Probably not. We are the number 3 though. And we got 40 laps here at Rockingham. And we got a really overcast and cool track temp. In practice, it was actually really foggy as well. But once we got into the race session here, it doesn't look to be quite as foggy, but maybe it will get worse as the session moves along. This first lap, I think, is just a throwaway. The car is just so dang loose on cold tires that you're not going to be able to get out of turn 2 if you're pushing it. At least I wasn't. Best I could do was a 23.9, which I don't think is going to be great. I saw some 23.5s in my session. Can we get it to stick out of turn 2 on the second lap here? Mediocre. Going a little bit through 3 and 4 maybe. Cut it back across the apron, and 23.85. Bumps us up to 6th at the moment. That's not terrible for now. We'll see how far we drop. And all of a sudden, my throat has started hurting. Just started talking. Hopefully that doesn't last the whole race. Yeah, I'm happy with that. There's a 23.5, 23.6. I can't even get into the 7s from what I was doing, but it's not going to be about hot lapping once we get into the race. So if we can just... We out-qualified quite a few people, so that's nice. On cold tires, especially out of turn 2 here, it's so tricky out of turn 2, no matter what. But on cold tires, it just wants to spin out so easily. So if we can be ahead of potentially a self-spin behind us, that would put us in a lot better shape. But there's still people ahead of us, so there still could be a self-spin, and we could end up being the self-spin. But we're going to think positively and say that we're not going to do that. And hopefully have us a fun race. I keep having to drink this water here, because for some reason I got a sore throat all of a sudden. Was feeling fine until I started recording. Who else is left to go? We got the 10, who's just sitting on pit road, and the 19, who's not even in the car. But oh, that wasn't live, so maybe he is now. Let's go to live. 10's still sitting in the car. 19 is on track, actually, so probably won't matter, though. You see a bunch of 2X's out there, though, or at least a handful of people getting the spin, I assume, out of turn 2. You don't feel it near as bad here at out of turn 4, but it can, depending on the weather. If you get a really hot, slick track, it can get slick all over the place. Entry to 3 is sometimes tricky as well if you try and arc it a little bit more than you intended, and then you maybe clip this yellow line, which can really upset the balance of the car. You really need to be careful hitting the yellow line on the exit of 2, though. Turn 2 here is just one of the trickiest corners on any oval, and it always has been. Just so tight. You can't really use the apron on cars that aren't super gripped up like these, because it'll just send you sideways. The transition out of the corner is so sharp and tight that it's really rough. Do we get this changed? We do. Okay. We are going to be starting 6th. Our 6th place position on the laps we did held there for that duration. And we'll see if we can maintain and hopefully get us a top 10 here. Love this place. I think We won
All right, man, we're going green next
last time we
line.
raced here in the ARCA Series,
Line up on the outside,
which is
row
amazing.
We put in plenty of fuel to finish the race.
Pit road is closed.
One of my favorite places to race, so anytime I can do well, it's great.
We expect to be fighting for the podium.
I'd love to be able to finish top 6 here, top 7 in this race.
5 cars left to grid.
We'll have to see though, as the race starts off, it's going to be really, really loose, and we're going to have to be very, very careful, but then it's going to start plowing. And I think last time as well, people were really running the top lane,
Waiting on the final car to
like
grid.
exclusively, and that was the preferred groove. And I don't think there's been any surface updates besides the marbles since then, so I don't know if that's going to be any different than it was. I'll always try and run the bottom, at least to begin with, to try and save some tires, if we can. Save on that right front.
You don't get any extra tire sets for this race, so let's be smart out there.
But we'll just see how it goes and what everyone else is looking like they're doing around us. And just try and do our best, and don't self-spin in front of the field. First 2 laps, though, are going to be pretty tricky. Cold tires and traffic. I'm glad we get a 40-lap race here, though. I think, is it normally 40? I don't know. Is it 40, 45? Because it's just over a mile. I don't remember if he does it like the 1.5 miles or not. I was thinking it would be normally 35 laps, but that's for the 1.5 miles, and this technically isn't one.
Get ready.
So I don't know, but we get 40 laps, and we are getting ready to go green, and let's start in 2nd gear, I guess. Probably could start in 1st. I don't want to spin up the tires if I can help it. And that was fine. We got a decent jump. We can see the leader well.
Clear low, clear low.
Ooh, there's the looseness. Let's get it settled in here. Let's get a couple laps underneath this before we start getting too crazy. I need to be a little bit smoother on the brakes there, because that was looking at the bumper of the 5 and got a little bit too aggressive on the brakes. Got me a little bit sideways. Alright, looking pretty good though. We got a decent little gap behind us at the moment. Not really keeping up with the people ahead of us here. But maybe that means we can gain some later in the race if they're using up more of their tires. Nice and smooth, down low. 13 and the 18 do look like they're actually catching up, so maybe I just need to pick up the pace a bit.
The car in P12 just set the fastest lap.
P12 just set the fastest lap. That's way back behind us. So there could be a lot of fast people behind us. We may end up losing some spots.
That was your fastest lap of the session. The car in P1 just set the fastest lap.
Leader just set the fastest lap now.
8-1.
Tires are getting up to temp. Got a lot of the leaders running low, and then I think the front 2 guys have been up high for 1 and 2. The guy in 2nd place was up high in 3 and 4, and it's looking like he's the only one up high now. Oh, 5 gets the big wiggle. Big wiggle. He puts it up in the wall, but he saves it from getting too much damage. Gets us by him, at least for the moment, but he'll probably be quick enough to get back around us.
Got one inside.
The leader just did a
23.892. Stay high. You're in fifth place. Still there? What's the line?
We'll just let him go. Can't really do anything to hold him off anyway. Get settled back in and see if that slide took a little bit of the life out of his tires later on. Of course, you may be wanting to get it really loose to start with here because it's going to start plowing bad. Middle of 1 and 2 and on exit. Always happens here. Starts off loose, and then it starts plowing. Goes through a big swing. So anything you can do to mitigate how big that swing is will be to your benefit. But 5 car clearly quicker than us at the moment. We've opened up the gap a little bit wider on the people behind us. Haven't seen any contact behind us or in front of us. It's been really, really clean to start with, I think. There could have been stuff that I hadn't seen, but everyone still looks to be in the pack back there. They're just spread out more because we've done 10 laps. Front 2 guys are walking away with it. There's some smoke there down the straightaway, so there could have been some contact there, and we were under driving the corner, grabbing the apron, which is getting it sideways a bit, shooting it up the track. We got one guy on pit road. I know I was driving pretty low down the straightaway there, and that kind of compromised my corner entry. Being a little overly cautious about the wall. I don't want to drag it before we get into the entry to 3, and then we hit that safer barrier. 16 car comes out of the pits right in front of all of us here.
Got one inside. All clear, all
Means we
clear.
got to go high. That should be fine. No problem. Five car got past the 8. He's looking to go try and catch up to the 4. I feel like we are getting really tight already. I'm not feeling like I'm doing a very good job on saving my right front. We'll see. Once we get to halfway, I wonder if anybody's going to transition to just running the top. So everybody around us pretty much sticking to the bottom still. The leaders are doing their own thing completely separate of us. The 5 gets loose again and grabs the wall just lightly. Doesn't slow him down much. We've opened up that gap behind us now even further, so that's good. I think the 6 and the 7 are racing their way forward. They may end up catching us before the end of this, especially if we start falling off really bad. One and 2, I'm not feeling great. I feel like I'm pushing it through the center a little bit too hard. We just wait a little bit longer on throttle, see if that can help us. That gets it loose, which could be a good thing. Keeping pace with the 8, the 5 is kind of checking out. The 4 as well.
24.185.
We're still almost 3/10 slower than the leaders. That's to be expected, though. Might be able to make a move on the 8 soon. We may have to go topside to do it. The 4 up there running the top. At least this time. Not a very good exit for us there.
Alright, man. 20 to go. Go get him.
Move to halfway. Yeah. That lower line in 1 and 2 isn't really helping us speed-wise, at least at the moment. Though that felt pretty good. Problem is with that outside being so good, you got somebody in the grass there. I believe that is the lap car, the 10. Keeps it down low. Ooh, the 8's getting tight.
Outside.
On exit of 2.
Stay low.
But are we going to be able to complete this pass?
Outside. Stay low.
Probably not quite yet.
Stay low. All clear, all clear. You got one outside.
He's going to have another big tight moment. Out of 2. Like a major one. Unless we can move to the top side and get a decent run. 5 car just grabbed the wall.
Inside. 3 to 24.3.
Sneak 2 is outside. Out of turn 4, I was not expecting. We might be able to take advantage of this. As long as we don't hit the wall.
Stay high. There's the car on the low side. Clear low, clear low. You got one inside. All clear, all clear.
That worked out. Just snuck the nose to his outside down the front stretch. Was able to keep him down there. Now we'll see if we can pull away. Puts us top 5. 5 car just destroyed the wall. At least that's what it looked like on our end. He's getting that right front going away. Must not have hit it as hard as it looked because he's still going. It looked like he had just completely destroyed the right front. And he's just hitting the wall every corner now. So we might be able to get that spot. We'll see. 4 car's doing a really good job. He's running up high and he's still pulling away. He's done a good job of taking care of his stuff. I'm just going to keep coming down here because with the 5 hitting the wall every corner, don't want them to bounce down into us or slow down abruptly in front of us. Got a little bit loose there, that's nice. Five is really riding that wall. But it's not slowing him down much.
Outside. Still there.
We're going to be able to get a decent run out of 3 here, not sure. Not yet.
24.432. Stay low. 10 to go at the line. Still there.
Just 10 to go.
Stay low.
Need to try and clear them before we get to 1. It's going to be so tight through 1 and 2 to be able to do it without him grabbing the wall.
Stay low. You're in 4. Stay low.
But we're inching forward. Nearly clear him.
Stay low.
Not quite.
All clear, all clear.
And we make the pass. We should be able to pull away now. He is struggling with that right front. Ours is probably not looking so good anymore either. Running down low and pushing pretty hard through the center to try and get around him. We'll attempt to cool it down a little bit. We don't have that many laps left. Oh yeah, it's tight. Definitely not enough laps to catch the 4 unless he grabs the wall hard. But looks like we're gaining a bit of time on him, maybe. Maybe not. We can try to run a bit higher now, I guess. Not that it's going to really do us any good. Oh, he grabbed the wall. He grabbed the wall hard. But is it going to be enough? We're within a second. We got 5 to go.
5 laps to go. You're going well. Keep at it.
Are we going to be able to gain enough? I don't think we will if he doesn't hit the wall again. I don't know.
The lead is computer 24.7.
0.7. He's backed it off on the exit of 2 just to make sure he doesn't push up. We're within half a second. But coming down to the end of this. Coming to get 2 to go.
2 laps to go.
Can we at least get side by side with him before the white flag? Or on the white flag? We might have a chance to beat him at the line. If we can do that. Don't hit the wall. Almost there.
All right, man. White flag at the line.
What are we going to do in 1 and 2? I don't know. Try and make him overdrive it. I'm going to cut down. See if we can get the run. Not there.
Got 1 outside.
Let's go for it.
Stay low. There's a car on the high side.
Cut it low. Cut it across the apron.
Still there?
I think he's got us. That was a close finish. Really close finish. I think he got it.
The checkered flag.
I legit slowed up on that white flag thinking it was the end of the
There you
race.
go, man.
Woo!
Driver.
That was fun. We got to his inside. He just had slightly better run out of 4. I thought he pushed up maybe just a little too much and we could maybe have gotten him, but not quite. Nice job to him. Fun race. Really fun race around us. Everyone was doing really well. Just some wall hits. I don't think I saw any car contact. I'm not sure if there was any car contact. But there were some people on pit road, but I suspect that was mostly wall hits. That was fun. Let's take a look at that photo finish for 3rd place. Not quite as photo finish as I would have hoped. He had such a better run out of the corner. He gets us by half a car length. But that was fun. Good job. Let's see what the right front was, for us, 79.86. We probably could have pushed a little harder with that number. But I feel like we were giving it as much as we could. Let's take a look at the incidents, see if there was any car contact, because we didn't see any around us. Try and make that not hurt my ears. Okay, it's fine, I suppose. First up is the 11. Just going to be overdrive in turn 1, looks like. A little bit too much speed through the center, just a little wall scrape, nothing major there. Oh, the 10 getting loose on those cold tires. That's lap 4. They're still not up to temp quite yet. Looks like everyone avoids him, and that's why we saw him later. Didn't get much damage though. 9 car with some net code, not actual contact. 19 looks like he looked down at his phone or something middle of the straightaway, or he like jerked it right and then looked like last second tried to turn it back to the left, but he grabs the wall pretty hard there. That probably wasn't too good on the right side. Big hit for the 15, but doesn't look like it gave him any damage. 10 car overdrive in turn 1, scrapes the wall. 16 just get loose out of 2. Grabs that apron. So hard to keep it straight once you get that apron on the exit of 2. It just wants to spin this thing out. Nine car with some fake wall contact, too wide, pushing up out of 2. This, I think that's the 6, just has to lift out of it, and he still grabs the wall pretty hard. And then the 7 got some pretty bad right front damage from that as well. Just 2 cars coming together. That's some pretty big net code there for the 7. 2 cars coming together on a corner that can barely fit 2 cars to begin with. And some contact there is a result. 10 just putting it up in the wall. 11 doing the same thing. That's not a wall you want to be just riding around the whole corner. This track is so old and that wall is so uneven. It can really screw you up and kill your momentum bad if you can't get off of it. Five car there, we just saw, that's the 2 there. 5, most of his contact looks like it was just his connection. But that was an actual hit. That was an actual hit, and that did not seem to do anything to his car, which is quite strange. I've done that many, many times here, and that has always just ruined my car. But the ARCA cars these days just seem to be tanks with the new damage model. I remember I did that once in the Class B, like the 2011 Class B next gen, or not next gen, but car tomorrow, and that just destroyed the car when I pushed up and hit the wall out of 2 and just ruined my race. Took me out of it completely. But it's not really doing much here. There's a big hit for the 21. That could have knocked it out of alignment. 2 car trying to get it to slow down. See all the wall or tire marks up by the wall. 18, there's that exit of 2. The 2 again. This is another reason why I run low. Much less chance to drag the wall middle of the corner. It's not a 0 chance, but it's much lower for me if I can just run the bottom. 20 is going to grab that wall. He's trying to stay high for the 17. This is when the 4 grabs the wall in front of us pretty hard. And that's actually a pretty big hit, and that gained us, I think, half a second on him, but not enough to get us there. If we had one more lap, we might have been able to do it. But shoulda, coulda, woulda. He got out to such a big lead. We were making passes, trying to catch back up, and just ran out of time. We'll have to see if he put his tires in. I imagine ours were a little bit better. Just a bunch of wall hits is all we're seeing. I don't think any other contact happened. So I guess we can... 20 hits the wall on the exit of 2. 8 car trying to keep it out of the wall. And that's the end. Okay. Did he put his tires in? Who is the 4? He did not. No, he did. 71.86. So we had much better tires. 79.86. Much better right front. That's why he was getting tight there. But you got to balance how much you push at the beginning so you can get a big enough lead so when you start falling off, they don't have enough time to pass you anyway, which is what he did, so he did a good job. And it winds up with a 3rd place, and we get 4th, top 5, 0 incident. Awesome racing here at Rockingham. Always love it. And I can always take a top 5 here no matter what. That was a lot of fun. So yeah, thanks for watching.